stuff all the time. I had a little delivery company for a couple of years. Like, it's kind of nice being back out there. I'm caught in the same like romantic web that a lot of other guys that probably had a retail job or something. And then all of a sudden they're out there, they're making their own schedule, as it says on the app, right? And they're like, I'm free now. Just, basically just like more like a slave than like any employee in the history of the country since actual slaves. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely a step back. Good luck unionizing.
yeah, seriously.
The union of one, baby.
Well, we talked about this some on Mindful Wellness when I first started doing it. There's the horizontal relationship between guys that are doing the job is obliterated. Like sometimes I'll try to make like even just small talk with other people that are doing deliveries, but because we're all waiting to click on the same job, and it's like our little thumbs are in a race to pick the job that you want versus the one that you don't,
Like
whether they're
guy
conscious.
who's got like you do like that one guy who's got like fucking 5 phones open at once, and he's just like gliding between all of them like on magic shit.
Yeah.
I have thought about having two of the apps running and trying to make a round where I could do one drop on top of the other, but they prevent you from stuff like that by forcing you to constantly do identity verification into it and stuff. Like I a couple of times I've tried to do a Twitter space during it, but with all that shit open on the phone, it's hard. Like, if I had some kind of other way to connect from the car, maybe it would be more viable. Probably be a really good time to podcast too. I'd spend a lot less time listening to 20-year-old fucking rave music and having emotional fucking old sad man moments.
It'd probably help.
I, I'm hard pressed to say
I find
whether
it most productive
anything.
listening to 20-year-old rave music and having old
It, it,
sadness
it,
moments.
I'm saying it felt productive to have some kind of like weird emotional thing. Like I'm hard pressed though to say whether or not anything helps anymore because there's nothing really going on except for you know the most effective use of the imperialist killing machine that we've ever seen since we've been alive. There's that, and then there's all the stuff that they're constantly trying to make you look at so that you won't think about that very much. Like, I don't know if it matters like as much what people are doing in their day-to-day lives right now. Getting a getting a weird like nihilistic feeling that I'm sure I'll recover from, but God, that shit is just so depressing.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
Did you see Jink Uger of all people have a meltdown about it?
About what?
About Palestine.
What?
Yeah, that's on point.
He
That's
he cooked him for about 2 minutes and he was dead ass accurate, but at the same time, like it wasn't that long ago where he was saying both sides shit. He was like, oh, the he was doing like an evolved atheist thing about it, where he was like, oh, the
Fuck is an
Muslims
evolved
and the Jews,
atheist?
yes, the Muslims and the Jews just kill each other because they can't decide whose fake god is better. Like he used to
Oh, he
do
was just
that.
falling into the religious war trap.
yeah.
Yeah, it
He's
is.
always been
It's
knee deep
nice.
in that.
And then everybody just points to all the dead kids, and he's like, "Oh,
I don't have an answer.
well, they're not going to
I
put
mean,
me on CNN, so I guess I'm going to denounce it."
yeah, right. There you go. To his credit, he did denounce it, but at the same time, you wonder what he might do if he was actually working at a big studio instead of
Oh, he
running
totally
TYT,
would.
right?
He
Eh,
totally would endorse it.
no, he wouldn't.
He
This is
wouldn't.
on brand. Yeah, this is on brand. This is like, yeah, this is on brand for him.
He draws the lines at ethno states and genocide.
Well,
You,
he does
you're
when it
more
comes to
saying
the. He does when it comes to this
You're more
particular issue.
you're more saying that if he was on CNN, he would be there to be the Palestine guy.
Yeah, he would be the Palestine guy for like 110%.
Yeah, they're
Be
not
like an
having
Alan,
time.
be like an Alan Colmes type situation, the way that Hannity and Colmes used to be, where Alan Colmes was supposed to be the opposition.
It's something like that. He would definitely. He would be it. He would be like that's one like criticizing him on that is just like oh it's they're gonna be able to accurately be like you don't watch him so that's not. He's been doing that one for years. Let's
Yeah,
not a lot of good it's done, but he's been doing that one for years. That's an old bit from him. So like, you know,
it's been so
Okay.
long since I regularly would check in with them. I think last time that I saw anything they had going on over there, the most cranked out one was this girl Francesca something. Seemed like that was the far left one, like the crank one.
a
And
little
then
bit.
the one guy that seems stoned all the time, like Ben something or Brett something, he seemed kind of non-objectionable. But the rest of them really did kind of turn into like whatever the perfect, like marketable to people that live in California version of like Nazi liberal is, right? Like,
Oh yeah, they're super libby. I mean, there's no getting around it. They'll be like, "We're progressive," and it's like, yeah, that's just like we're the nicest libs you can find on the street because we're still nothing will fundamentally change. And like,
yeah,
Liberals,
yeah,
liberals with Hitler characteristics.
right. Well, again, like Uyghur will absolutely like damn near get in a fist fight. I'm sure you could goad him into a fist fight over Israel Palestine for like how you talk
uh-huh,
about those
uh-huh.
people. 110%.
Oh yeah,
Don't doubt it at all. Take it at face value. But it doesn't change the fact that he's still like for big capitalism. It doesn't have a revolutionary characteristic. He's not as good about world politics as he's convinced he is.
yeah.
So like he's very convinced he's like the perfect opinion on world politics, but I dismantled that in like 4 seconds with the
Mm.
Japanese thing. It's like no, okay, all we have to say is Medicare for all, and you're like a dog. You'll just be like,
Well, you said he's pro-capitalism, so
yeah, like there's not an acute like he's convinced of his own acute worldliness more because he'll be like I travel to these places like you yeah but like you didn't like hey you didn't read like you can learn more by reading about one of these places and paying attention to like what's actually going on
It's,
in the world than just
it's
hanging
the
out on a
same.
boat with your friends.
It's the same shit that my 80-year-old boomer dad says. As he says, well,
I
I
rode, I
went to
rode, I
Central
rode,
America.
I rode by that place on my yacht.
Right, right. And they did. They, had a boat, It was like
Yeah,
1970, it was 1970 something. And they knew a bunch of people that were smuggling coke from down there.
I
And
know
it'll
what
always be
Panama
like,
is like. I know
right.
what Panama is like. I saw it from my beach house.
And
yeah.
he'll be like, we went down there in the 70s and it was all fucked up. And I'm just like, oh wow, imagine that.
I wonder why. Is it that capitalism you love?
I wonder how I got so fucked up down there.
Yeah, you think anything was going on down there that would have made it messed up? Like, did you
And Boomer
contemplate that at
Dad,
all?
did you speak any Spanish? Were you
Any
Yeah.
kind of
capable of having a
imperial project?
conversation about how fucked up it is?
Yeah, did you ask them?
He has a he has a pretty good anecdote about some kids that would go around at a pineapple plantation in Yucatan Peninsula. There were these kids that would go around and sell tourists like a big grocery bag full of pot for like $5.
Yeah.
And the tourists are all hype and shit, like, oh my God, our American money makes us gods here or whatever for like 10 minutes. And then the fucking federales would show up and fine them all kind of money and take all their shit. Honey, I think those children were working with these police officers.
I can't confirm it. Those
Doesn't
police
seem
officers
very
were here.
ethical.
They were here
Meanwhile,
awful long.
I'd be like, "Bitch, you should have finished it.
Yeah,
It's only been
seriously.
5 minutes."
Chug, 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 chug. Yeah. No, that's it. But like, yeah, I wouldn't. I like. I'm just like just straight up. Like, I would not try to get yourself in that fight because like the clips. the public and private comments that have been released will not do you any justice. They'll just make you look like an asshole that doesn't know shit, and like don't give the liberals ammo.
Yeah.
As a general rule, like giving the liberals ammo is no me gusta.
It's so bad. It's
Yeah.
like, okay,
They're equally the
like
enemy.
it's to the point where, um, like we always used to say on this show, like, okay, you guys, let's rein it in. We just beat the Democratic Party's ass for like a straight hour. Let's go make fun of Republicans. Like, because we all know that we all know that we despise right wingers, that they're completely useless, that they shouldn't ever be listened to, right? We all
Right.
know that.
Yeah.
So the
Obviously.
useful thing to do is
What is kill it with fire for 500, Alex?
Yeah.
yes. So that the useful thing to do on podcasts and stuff seems to be to critique liberalism. We still used to have that reflex to like
Well,
rein it in a little bit.
Okay, so let's explain the science behind why you bother to criticize liberalism. You don't really say much about conservatism. In much the same way that I wouldn't go trying to find like I wouldn't try to find like dog philosophy and then just be like, "Excuse me, dog Copernicus, what could you tell me about dog philosophy?"
Copernicus.
Like we're not talking about it like a human level intelligence. So like what's
Get like this chalkboard with like drawings of like balls bouncing over fences and shit.
yeah.
Like,
And they're like, "Is God in the tennis ball?" And you're like, "I don't care. It's not a
doesn't
legitimate
matter to me.
question."
I'm just thinking about one of those old cartoons where you look into the head of a person, it zooms into the casing of the head, you can see inside what they're thinking, and it's just
Yeah.
a clown on a unicycle juggling some fucking bowling pins.
Do you remember the episode of The Simpsons where Homer kept like seeing everybody as a clown and he was like wanting to go to clown college? Like
Yes.
it's not evolved to
Yeah,
that level.
the
of violence.
accident where everyone's like on fire in the fucking nuclear plant.
Yeah, but he's a seeing clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy rolling on the ground like dying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they haven't evolved to that level of intelligence yet. So like they're sub that. So like what is the point? And like they'll be like they have big minds like Bill Crystal. Oh, Bill Crystal, stop the fucking presses. Oh boy. Well,
Yeah, go back to
yeah.
hosting the Oscars.
Yeah.
Turns
I'll
out if
see,
you can justify whatever you want, it doesn't make you a very good objective judge of reality.
No, it does not. So it's like again, like why would I bother? I'm not seeking out a cat's religion. I don't need to know that information to know that like it's probably pretty fucking boring. Like I just don't.
the
need
What is
same.
what does the cat think? Fuck all y'all humans, we're superior. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
you peel off all the layers, and that selfish libertarian core is always the same. Like,
It's just always vulgar.
like skirt,
Yeah.
like, I'll see, you'll post stuff about Canadian right wingers, and I'll be like, I've never heard of this guy. Let's see what's going on with this guy, and I'll click the article, and it's just like it's like somebody put like a Canadian Instagram filter over like my
It's the same
cousin.
guys.
It's
Yeah.
the same guy.
We have like the fucking cancer that was in the United States is metastasized up here, like very very effectively.
Yeah, we gave you our shit, guys, and you should be thanking us.
Yeah, we gave you some of our shit, guys.
You did. We
So
had
there's a
good
little bit of
shit.
give and take. But like for fuck's sake, like our prime minister, premier, had a whole bunch of like fucking Republican operatives working for her.
Right.
It's insane. And then
shit, yeah.
she's doing a thing with Tucker Carlson, or I'm not sure if they canceled that actually.
But it's not like they can't borrow each other's employees, because it's not like that the philosophy is like any different at all, really.
Yeah, it's not very much evolved.
They're just totally interchangeable cogs now.
Yeah, like
Right, they
in one of them it's like the only difference is like it's like, get on the ground and take your pants off. I'm going to start this rape right now, motherfucker. And then the other one is like, get on the ground, take off your pants. I'm going to start this rape right now, eh? Like, there's not, see how that's
Hey.
not like a distinctive, like, it's not a distinctive philosophical difference that needs to be critiqued very deeply. They're just bad people, right? And you can get to the critiques of them through critiquing liberalism. So again, you can just short circuit a lot of things by just attacking liberals. Which make up like the bulk of the population anyway, because you have fringe fascists, you have fringe communists, you have fringe anarchists, you have fringe monarchists, and then like the bulk of the population is some sloshy, slurry version of a centrist lib. That's what
Yes.
these countries are. Just
Well,
Yes.
mediocrity.
How dare you vote for Carnage? I voted for Venom.
Yeah.
But no, it's kind of like there's no reason. Okay, there's probably details about how the state functions in Canada and in the United States that are different, and like there's probably people that go to school before they get a job, like to learn all the details and the differences and stuff. But the more right wing you are, the less you need to know those details because you're
Unless you
not
learn.
going there. You're not going there to work. You're going there to dismantle the state. So
Yeah.
you just
How much?
you go do a bad job.
What's the philosophical difference between shitting all over the place and vomiting all over the place? Like, what is the critical thing that I, as a philosopher, am missing that I really need to critique and really understand about the situation? What is it? I'll
We have
wait.
to end. We have to end healthcare because I pooped on it versus we have to end public education because I vomited on it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, we have to end it because I
they
shit myself versus we have to end it because I pissed myself. It's not a distinction worthy of acknowledging if there is one. So,
I did a bad job demonstrating that the government doesn't work.
yeah, I demonstrated that despite my rampant incompetence and hiring of incompetence, the government works just fine if you put just a modicum of effort into it.
Yeah.
You really get an ROI that's stellar because you're not operating for profit, so there's no such thing as markup going on. And when they do apply a markup, i.e., tax, you still get that on the back end because you get social services.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like again, I can't, I don't know how else to illustrate the point. Like, oh, what flavor of rape am I getting out of this? I don't know. You know, just
Yeah,
there's
the
nothing
only
there's nothing interesting about conservatism. It's just it's a dog's ideology, and it's like okay, I don't care.
I feel like a dog would
like
have
it. I
better
think
ideology.
Some of them.
Dogs are better socialized.
They are. Most of them are better socialized. Most of them know that you get in trouble if
Yeah.
you poop on the floor. But most of them also exist in a feedback loop where pooping on the floor would get you in trouble. Republicans don't exist in that world, so they just are wild fucking animals.
like only 1 in every 10 dogs would just ram his face into a woman's vagina as a greeting. Like
Yeah.
only 1 in every 10 dogs would do that.
Yeah,
That's low. Conservatives would call those rookie numbers.
Yeah, 4 to 5 times they're doing that. Yeah, they're just like they're sniffing farts and just.
So that's considered to be a poorly trained dog.
Yeah, so again, like you can be like, it's really dehumanizing. Exactly. Thank you for acknowledging my hard work there. I really needed to press
Yes.
home how little I thought about
Yes.
these people, and thankfully you like understood.
Hmm.
If you're like, oh my god, you don't think about these people as people at all, do you? No, no, I don't.
No.
Thank you for acknowledging
No.
it.
Dogs are
In fact-
definitely better.
Yeah, the dogs are definitely better.
We get a lot of dog defenders tonight. Okay, all right. Big, we're in the tank for big dog now, aren't we?
It's true.
Hey, all I'm saying is dogs have an excuse.
Yeah, they have an excuse, right? That is the distinctive. Again, I have said before that they are sub dog ideology. You know what I mean? Like, I mean
Yeah,
that.
probably somewhere on the line of slug, some kind of slug.
Something with like a very few firing neurons and very poor motor controls. Yeah.
Like a sea sponge.
So yeah, something like that. Something that's really just like distasteful.
The sea cucumber. It's that guy that vomits his goat. It's that guy that vomits his gonads on you when you touch him.
Yeah. Like you're laughing, but yeah, that's not a bad way to understand it. He's just.
He
like,
does.
"Ugh."
He just regrows all these poisonous organs inside himself until something makes contact with him, and then he just blasts all over them.
Yeah, he's blasting.
Then he proceeds to regrow them again for the
You're
next
not wrong.
occasion.
You're not wrong. They just figured out predation, so now they're like just trying to use that. That's the only interaction they know.
Yeah.
I keep thinking of the X-ray shot of like what Homer is thinking or whatever. Like if it's conservative, like you just see inside the conservative's brain. I keep thinking of that, and it just inside their brain is just it's Tucker Carlson making that incredulous face. Like it's just Tucker Just making that incredulous face at like a story, at like a screenshot from a story about like a teacher made a kid use a litter box because he identifies as a cat or something. Like it's just that.
Yeah, what is that story about? Because the way I hear that every time, they always blame the alleged furry, but like they tell it differently to where they allowed him to do it. They told him he had to do it if they think he thinks he's like so funny, but then he did it, and then they were like, "Oh
No,
my god."
it's completely fabricated.
I thought
Yeah,
so. Because like, why would
that one
you
wasn't a
have?
real one.
Well, why would you have a child just in the middle of the classroom? Like these people are like, again, dogs. They're dogs because that's like what like a dog would
They
do,
were
right? Like
they were
they're
like blowing up something where um they were basically just blowing up wearing cat ears.
Oh yeah,
is that it?
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
It's really
like
lame. It's so lame
one
and it's such a
a bunch of
lie
them,
and it's so
a bunch of
transparent.
old a bunch of old white dudes got confused why all the teenage e-girls that they beat off to were always wearing cat ears, and they needed an explanation. And lo and behold, one was presented to them.
They saw a fursuit one day and they just flipped their shit. It was like, oh, how is she gonna go shit? Is there a litter box in the bathroom? And then that's how it was invented.
Again, dogs. They're just dogs.
Yeah,
Their ideas
it's just
for
much like a dog.
yeah, that's what
Much
a
like a
dog would
dog. If
be. Like a dog would
Much
be
like if you
like.
put on your shoes.
Meanwhile,
around
they're
dog,
sitting at a
you
they're
just
sitting
let
at
it
a
walk.
Yeah,
meanwhile they're sitting in a hearing and everybody's like, no child has ever used a litter box in the bathroom.
it's not what
No,
kids.
no, still happens all the time. It happens all the time, man. Like you got to be worried. You gotta get rid of them for their own sake.
You gotta be worried about kids use the litter box because if they use the litter box, then they're gonna be pooping in the middle of the floor. That's like what?
Joe Biden's America.
Yeah,
Blow,
you're right. You're right. Yeah.
blow John's America and blow John's America is they're gonna be letting the kids shit all over the floor.
Blow job.
Blow Biden.
Blow John's America. All the kids get to poop all over the floor now. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? No, I
Are they
can't.
gonna make his kid do time? Are they gonna make his one cool son? Are they gonna make his one good kid that he had do fucking jail time? Is that? Do you think
I
that's gonna happen?
Yeah,
I
they
kind
are.
of hope so. I kind of hope so. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
what did Hunter really do other than everything that like the Trump kids did? What did he do?
Except he was bad at it. Except he was bad at it.
Arguably, he was super cool at it. Let's slow down. Let's slow down on calling him bad at that shit. That seemed pretty cool to me. I don't know about you.
Yeah,
I mean, he was bad at like the Burisma part and all that stuff. He was bad at like
bad
the
at not getting caught at it. That's the part he was bad at.
Okay, he was super good at getting caught at it.
Yeah.
He was also good at that. But like that's what I'm saying. Like they're like all mad at Hunter Biden. Like who cares? Oh my god, he showed his pee-pee to a fucking like 28-year-old woman on the internet. Like Republicans right now are typing into like Bella Delphine, like if you do not let me just have a bottle of your farts, I am going to bomb your house in England, your shitty little country. Like
Mhm.
That is true. I
Mhm.
definitely
Yeah.
saw all of the right wingers typing that.
yeah, they're definitely doing that right now. Like tell me I'm wrong. Like really, can you be like he's
You're
wrong?
right.
Yeah.
And
Thank
she
you.
goes,
You make-
she goes, teehee, pay my Patreon.
And they're
That
like
is-
Oh, I
that's
forgot
what
to.
I said. You've got it in one.
yeah.
I forgot to put my favorite. I forgot to put my favorite. Completely fake troll bait post that I do whenever there's an announcement about a Rockstar thing on the GTA 6 thing. Because that GTA 6 trailer is floating around, and I forgot to go on Twitter and go in the thread and do what I do every time Rockstar makes an announcement, which is to go in there with all the chuds and the little pepes that are posting on it and post this and be like, you know, Sam and Dan Hauser, the brothers who own Rockstar, have a new announcement, and they said they're going to reveal it this weekend. They said that on the new GTA game, they're going to go totally Wachowski mode, whatever that means. I don't know what that means.
Trance?
They're going so woke on it.
And then you let them finish it from there. That worked really good the last time there was a Grand Theft Auto related controversy.
Oh yeah, I can't
to
believe
me,
they're doing the Grand Theft Auto thing. They just look like babies.
They
Yes.
are. They're thank you.
They're
Yeah.
baby dog babies.
there's
They're-
like no reason. There's no reason to care about that game until we get to see how big the Everglades is and how much of the mud physics and birds and shit that they incorporated from Red Dead 2 into that fucking sick looking swamp.
It looked like it was there. I saw them doing the mud physics.
Fucking awesome. That one shot of the airboat and all the flamingos and shit, I was like, oh, that looks dope. And then it went back to doing a bunch of Grand Theft Auto shit. And I was
See, I
like,
can't get hyped about it because I know we'll be stuck with that same one for the next 10 years while they milk its online portion.
Yeah.
yes, God.
By the way, the online mode of that looks kind of stupid to me. I've seen it. I wasn't impressed.
It's
But it's
cool
Well,
for
Yes,
5
there's
minutes
a
until you
reprint of
like
the old one.
until you
Yeah.
get soft locked on money.
Well, yeah,
like it,
yeah, or like just looking at it, I was like, what is it? Is this really just Minecraft for like fucking 40-year-old men? Is that what this is?
like
Nah,
we're so spoiled for
Minecraft is more creative.
like we're so spoiled for good games. Like, would we really like spend time to like fuck with something that obviously is just checking a lot of boxes, you know? Like
Yeah.
we've only got so much time left to play video games. Like
Hey,
I'm spending a lot of
some
mine
people
just playing
do.
old shit.
Some people do. They log in to Grand Theft Auto every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
It's
You
crazy.
got your squad. I can see it if you got your squad. I used to play a lot of multiplayer shooters and stuff. It's fun when you got your squad, you know. You get really good.
And
The
it's
whole
funny
team
because
gets
it's a
really
game where
good.
they like to grief. So like, they immediately start the grief and it's like, oh, I can just not play this.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, they have no base.
I don't know. It's so funny because that company is such a duality. Like taking the GTA money and spending it on actual good things, like Red Dead, is really cool. But Red Dead only comes out like once every 15 years, so
Hey, I
it's like
mean,
everything else.
the market has spoken. Like, what do you expect
The
them to make a new
market has
thing every?
spoken.
You expect them to make another good thing every 5 minutes? No, we can't have that. You get 10 years. You get 10 years,
Yeah,
and you can maybe get a good one.
Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
I'm not saying like
Maybe.
the ship has sailed on AAA or anything. That Baldur's Gate is supposed to be good. It's a big expensive AAA thing. It's
Well,
supposed to be good.
Baldur's Gate. You pick the one that's the kind of the exception to the AAA rule.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like there's still things like that that happen. Like it's probably a good Japanese import RPG is probably floating around out there that'll come out that'll be good. Like
See, I got
good
lucky
stuff.
because I like really shitty games.
That's a
Really
fact.
shitty,
What is
really,
it?
really shitty, really random games. So
Yeah.
I'm cool
That's
either. No matter what AAA does, I'm fine.
that's where the action is at though, dude. Like my little brother showed me one that him and his little squad are fucking with that looked really similar to that sort of extraction shooter one that you were fucking with the other night. Where it was, the astronauts are raiding some kind of like derelict mining station or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Marauders.
it seems like that's blowing up into a whole genre.
Oh, it's been a genre. It's a whole ass genre. They got another genre now where it's like all the horror monsters chasing you through a facility.
Okay, that's the one they were fucking with. Yeah, that one looked
Yeah,
pretty
yeah. I
funny.
think you're talking about SJP.
I love anything where it's multiplayer and when somebody dies, it immediately cuts their mic. That will never not be funny to me.
That one's
It
pretty
is
good.
good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You know what else
Or
is good?
SCP.
Gay sex.
I like your booty, but I'm not gay.
I like your booty, but I'm not gay. I like your booty, but I'm not gay. Yeah, that's happening now. What's up?
You know what? Speaking of old episodes have come out. I was in the car and just letting it just play random clips, and it went back and it got one that I forgot about, which was Nick riffing on the Confessions of Saint Augustine, which I forgot how many good bits there are on that old show, man. Like it was a magical time for podcasting.
Was different.
did see a surprisingly large amount of like butthurt like right wingers though in the replies under the post of Nick's latest special though. Like
I
that's
wonder
a thing
why.
people always told well people always told me that was a thing, but I just never like I didn't go to the Cometown subreddit, like I didn't hang out on Patreon or anything. So I never really had to confront it like that it was real. But people have always told me like, oh yeah, Pepe's like hardcore right wing edgelord type dudes get way into Nick and way into Cometown, and then they always at some point get their feelings hurt. Like I'd never really seen it happen in real time,
That's
right?
awesome.
Because
Like,
it is awesome because they're supposed to be the ones who can't be offended, right?
right.
Everybody else is a snowflake. I like this guy because he's so offensive, and then he says something that offends them. Oh, gee, what do you know?
They immediately start crying from their back door. That's awesome.
Yeah,
You get a bad case of leaky butthole.
yeah.
Juicy. I love it. Love it.
There, there's a comment on the YouTube special that where this kid is saying that Nick is he's like sneaking woke ideas into cool stuff. It's a trick.
Oh
He
my
is,
god.
he's the
He's
clown prince of the alt-right, after all.
He is.
yes, he's trying to fool people.
Everything
That's his.
different. Everything different is scary, and I don't like it.
I
Um,
like I liked it
man,
when he was like, "Look, I didn't get the vaccine. You probably should. I didn't. That's it's like, that kind of explains why I got COVID 8 times."
yeah, that was a perfect joke. It's a
Yeah,
perfect joke.
that one rocked.
There's a lot of people that were too broke or too lazy to get it and then got COVID like 8 times and just will straight up tell you that. Like, there's a lot of people that was their experience, is they didn't have a strong affiliation one way or the other, politically or philosophically or morally. They just, as a result of living in this world, they were just like, oh, I'm not going to go do that today. And then they got sick a bunch of times. Like, it's just another
And
lesson
they
learned
didn't die 8 times.
for so many people.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's a
That's-
perfect joke.
Yeah, it was good because he was like, "No, dude, I just didn't do it." But like, also I nearly died from this thing. I'm sure they were butthurt about that. I'm sure that one ripped them up downstairs real bad. Jesus H.
It's so funny.
Yeah, like imagine being an adult and a baby at the same time. Like your pants are always full of shit, and you're like, "Oh, I don't know."
They're like, who shitted in my pants?
Yeah, they keep looking down, panicking. Who
Because
shit
they're
my
fucking
pants?
stupid.
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding though. They just keep looking down. They're like, "Who shit my pants? Somebody shit my pants. This is an alpha situation. I need a real ass operator on this. Who shit in my pants?" And you're like, "I don't, dude. It's you. You just,
I really
You.
you
I
just
love the idea
covered
of a guy that thinks that though, that thinks that a guy is trying to fool them, he's trying to trick them.
Yeah.
But the guy they think is trying to trick them is a man who lost a six-figure commercial contract to be in a fucking Super Bowl commercial because he couldn't stop saying that IBM made the punch cards that the Nazis used. That's the manipulative trickster who's trying to fool them. That's the guy that they're talking about.
That's the son of a bitch. He got us right
That's
there.
funny.
It's just amazing. It's just amazing. They really do. They really do be getting back hurt. They really do getting backdoor pussy hurt right now.
Yeah.
It's like inflamed as shit for them. I can imagine sitting like that.
Like for a little while, like a lot of them, like I guess like the new Pepes or whatever came after the Groypers, like guys that were like 12 when Trump first got elected or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they really did want it to be somebody cool. Like they wanted Vivek Ramaswamy to turn out to be cool, or they wanted like Nikki Haley to say something based, or like they wanted like Ron DeSantis to not be Ron DeSantis, to be literally other any actual human being. Like, but they didn't get any of that shit, and it seems like they just stopped talking about electoral politics altogether, right?
Yeah.
Like this is nothing like the lead up to 2016 when every frog avatar was telling you that Trump was going to fucking kick your dick off.
No, because they're like part of it is they're like embarrassed that they can't like their guy is like a dude who shits himself all the time.
It's everybody's guy now.
Yeah, he's everybody's guy now, and all he did was poop his pants. Like, oh Jesus Christ! Like, oh that looks real cool for us. Like,
That's the gig driver app that we should be working on, is one that changes the diapers of all the people that are in charge of everything.
yeah. Well, we're gonna need it. God,
An
for
adult
life.
diaper service.
Yeah. White
Adult
diapers.
diapers with dignity.
It's
See, the
diaper
problem is
DUI.
no one's gonna want to change a Republican.
No,
Yeah,
you're not
like-
al- you're not
I'm
allowed.
I'm sure you can find people who will change a diaper here. You know, that's just the job.
Pink shaming me.
But changing a diaper of a conservative means, I don't know, he's probably sexually harassing you the entire time.
You
He's
gotta
probably like
co-sign it.
he's probably
like-
saying racist shit the whole time, and you're just like, come on, bro. Like, I don't.
Just wanted to put your diaper on. Didn't want to go through this.
Like he's
By,
playing
like,
games, like
2028
running away from you like a little kid.
Yeah.
by like 2028, like that's what resistance is in 2028. Like
Jane, crank
your
your mic a little
phone.
bit.
I almost got
Oh yeah. Your shit is way quiet.
You're super quiet.
I can crank it up.
Yeah, crank it up to 11.
You just say it with your chest.
Max are out, baby.
Yeah.
There we go. That's better. Yeah, that's what resistance is in like 2028, 2030. That's what resistance is. Like your phone dings and you pull it out of your pocket and it says
Whoa,
like
in
you're
2030.
at your job. Yeah, you're at your job and it says change boss's diaper and it's a picture of an 140-year-old man with like, a bionic fucking life support system.
Yeah.
And he's like, change my diaper. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to wait for 5 minutes before I go change this mother. That's what resistance is in the future. Is we make the overlords wait an extra 5 minutes before we
in a
change their
room
poopy
that
diaper.
in a room that's both underwater and simultaneously on fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got the water. We don't need no water. We're gonna have to let this motherfucker burn for a little while. Just let it go.
Let them simmer
We're just
like a hot dog.
Yeah.
We're at a secret meeting in like an underground railroad type hideout, and we're like, look, you guys, what I'm thinking is if tomorrow, if we make them wait 6 minutes before we change their shit pants, that's progress.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go somewhere different with that because I was thinking we were gonna say we were black and just be Keanu Reeves.
Hey, we can't all be Keanu Reeves.
We can't all be black.
Can try.
I'll just end up doing the bit. I should just shut up.
Fucking
Oh yeah.
no.
Being black is pretty cool, except for the slavery.
They broke into my house without a warrant. They shot my dog. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm black. That's not my bit. Yeah.
Can't remember who that is.
I watch this. It's you know who it is. Come on, you're like I've been watching all the episodes of the show recently.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was around. That was when that movie first came out. It was
John
around
Wick
the same
3.
time they were doing. It was around the same time they were doing Indian Tony Soprano.
Right. Japanese Dan Nine or something like that. The Tangina jokes are fun because I want to be like I'm Indian and Japanese. I do my I do my genocide of Muslims in Nanking.
I wonder whatever happened. to that guy.
Guys, who shit in my pants?
Foreigners are weird.
First, the app says that you've got to go change the boss's diaper or whatever, and then it just starts demanding to know who shit in their pants. By about 2032.
Who shit my pants? Mac, who shit my pants?
Oh, it would be Biden too, wouldn't it?
Mac,
He'd
who
still
shit my
be
pants?
walking shit. He'd still be haunting the halls of the White House.
Yeah, they're still trying to put still trying to put out that rumor that Trump pooped his pants. Like Republicans aren't just pooping their pants.
Right.
Like when you
Well, their
go
average
low,
age is like 60 or some shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like when you
I
go
wouldn't be
low,
surprised if they don't all wear Depends.
Yeah, they all get dumpers for a reason. Like they're taking dumpers.
There's like there's like maybe 5, maybe 10 elected officials in this whole country that haven't just shit themselves like while doing their job.
Yeah. The
And
thing
like
is,
and like 6 of them in a squad are in the squad.
the angle to take with the Republicans when you punch low is just say shit that they really think. Like, because you can't get them on like they poop their pants. Like their audience is like, you could shit in your pants for America, sir. I will smell your shit and clean and eat your shit if you want, sir. Jesus, shit in your pants for America, please,
They'll
sir.
eat it all up.
The,
That way is you don't even have to look at it.
the meme would
Just
be that
give
Norman
me the
Rockwell
diaper.
painting, and it's like, I will eat the shit, sir, in your pants. So
We'll put
like,
it in a
Uh,
sandwich and like just eat it straight.
I would say that you could like like you have to kind of thread the line between like attacking them in a way that's actually effective, but the way that's actually effective only further like reinforces their kind of right wing stance, and it's to point out how incredibly gay like they act, right? Because they like
Oh, I
really
thought you were gonna
big.
say it was with extreme prejudice.
No, you can't. They really right wingers really like a drag show, but they like a straight white male doing it. Like that's
Yeah,
why.
that's very, very, very reminiscent of gay.
Yeah, it's just like and it tracks, right? It tracks because they love stealing culture. You can
right.
find a
It's
white
funny.
dude right now who like has an ANCAP tattooed around his face, who paints his body black and gold to go to like a Patriots game because it's the
Hmm.
ANCAP flag colors. And
Oh, so you're saying you should put a flag mural with an eagle and a badass fire and a monster truck rally over top of a glory hole
no, that's like
and tell them it's not gay. Tell them
no,
it's not
that
gay.
no, but like that dude right now is like in a kimono with like 7 different Asian swords and can or cannot. It doesn't really matter because he's going to be able to tell you about them for like 9 hours, even if the facts aren't right. And he'll act like he had some sort of training with it, And like that guy exists. Like the cultural thief just exists, or like the guy who's like, yeah, this is my culture right here, eating corn tortillas and working on the ranch like a real American. And it's like you're like, what does that even have to do?
Right?
But then like you see him like he unironically puts on a sombrero and like one of those ponchos, you know what I mean? And it's like got the
Hmm.
colors and
Yeah, yeah.
everything. He's like, these are real American colors. They don't run. Like they love stealing culture, so it's no surprise that their favorite thing is a straight dude stealing like gay liberatory performance culture. So like their
Yeah.
favorite thing is a gay like is like the gayest white dude you can find who's totally straight doing that drag. That's why again like and I'll tell you what, like you want me to really call it, they think Ron's gay. That's why they don't like him.
Isn't that what their
But,
Daily
but
Wire
they don't.
movie is?
Yeah.
But they
Is it
don't
like
get that straight guys could do that.
No, they love that.
isn't that what the Daily Wire movie is? Is like the heroes, like the based white dudes that are the heroes, like they like prove how wrong everything is by like, owning the libs by like being like lady basketball player. Isn't that what that movie is?
Right, yeah. Even though like here's what's funny, that was supposed to be a documentary. They had to write it as a fictional comedy because when they would show up for the testing to get into the women's league, as it turns out what they don't do is look at you and just be like, "What did you say your gender was?"
Yeah.
What did you say it was? Excellent, ma'am. They don't do that.
Did
What
Oh.
they
you
do
did
is they
you
put you through a seething battery of hormone tests to see if you hit within the hormonal levels of what they consider a woman, what they consider the
and
That's
you also
woman's
would have
hilarious.
body.
to
That's so easy to spoof.
and you also would have to be able to like play a sport, unlike anybody that works at the Daily
Well,
Wire.
no, like let's go further then. That means to get those hormone levels, you either have to be you have to be a cis woman because you had to be born a woman, or B, you have to be some sort of NB who just happens to have that battery of hormones that you would pass as a gendered female for the purposes of women's sports. Or C, you have to be taking so many like drugs to change your hormone and biochemistry that you're starting the transitioning process. And Ben Shapiro was like, guys, just do it. And they were like, dude, no, we're not going to transition ourselves. because they were like,
Right.
because they like went in like the thing is like the killer thing is like they all went in as a group and they're like, well, what would that take? And they're like, well, these are the side effects. This is what's going to happen to your genitals. This is what's going to happen to your testosterone levels. You're going to start finding breast tissue development. Like they went through all of it, and Ben Shapiro's like, just do it. And he like they're like, no, dude, like we're gonna lose our wieners. What are you talking about? So they
No,
like,
you do it.
yeah. I was like, just do it. And it's like, no, oh my god, we're gonna get lit the fuck up through this
So
transformatory
good.
process. Yeah, so it's like, but what do they like? What are they? I guarantee that movie is a number one among conservatives right now because it's a bunch of straight white dudes pretending to be women. They love a drag show.
Yeah.
It's just
Always
a drag
have.
show. It's just a drag show with straight white dudes. They love it. They love gay performance culture, but they hate gay people. They look how much. Okay, if you don't believe me, look at how much shit they have from the Native Americans. Where
Yeah.
they're like fictional or not. Doesn't matter if it's completely made up about them or not. But how much do they like to be like, I'm 1,476 Cherokee, or they're always we talk. Jake has gone on the screen about this. Like they're always Cherokees,
Yeah.
despite
They're
Cherokees
always
not living here.
They're always 1/16 or 1/32.
Yeah,
Well,
Indeed.
if it was once more removed, if I wasn't once more removed, I could claim it.
yes,
I could
Even now,
legally hunt.
even now in the era of genetic testing.
yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly what they'll say because they don't need to get a genetic test to lie. Come on, MJP.
yeah.
No, it's
No,
just a little
I
bit
want to see
more.
receipts. I don't care.
I had one more. If I had
Lying
one
is
more drop
great.
it. If I had one more drop of engine blood, I could hunt me a bald eagle. Not that I would, but I could.
Yeah.
Exactly it.
You're
And
saying Indian with a J, sir. I'm inclined to not believe you.
you keep talking about your ancestral Indian culture, so I don't think that's.
'Cause I've
I
looked
don't
at
think
many
so.
of these people in
I'm highly
kitchens and things.
skeptical.
You have
Yeah,
made me.
look, there's just so many of these people in kitchens where I was just like, I bet you're 1/16 Cherokee, and they'd be like, "How did you know?"
How could you possibly know
Because
that?
it's all fucking made up, and you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Are
fuck
you-
do
Hey, was
how
that
do
was
must-
that the one was that the one rape in your family?
Whoa. No, it definitely wasn't the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been more than one. It's not singular. It's not ever singular. It's been more than one.
Yeah, it's always more than one. But yeah, like that guy exists. So like when they're like, "Oh, lady ballers, we can just do a drag show." Like they're like all fucking into it, and their audience is like, "Oh my god, this is a tour de force." Like,
This is life changing,
yeah,
There's never been
transcendental. And it's
there's
just
never
two,
been a
two
right.
dudes farting on each other.
basically. I'm like, yeah, like that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like that's like a thing. Like I promise you that is their exact thought. They're like, this is a tour de force in art.
There's never ever been a right wing rapist who was like, well, that was awful. Never doing that again. It's the only
Yeah.
time I'm ever doing. I didn't enjoy that at all.
That's the last time I'll do drag. That guy doesn't exist. He's hanging out with the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus. Like, get it? Because they're all fictional. Like the right winger who actually hates a drag show. They fucking love it. Hell,
You would have confused them there because they would have believed all of them were real.
fact. Again, dogs. But like, I'm not even joking. Like, just watch an episode of Duck Dynasty. That's all pageantry.
Yeah.
That's all Southern pageantry. They love pageantry. Oh my god, they love pomp and circumstance. Like they are the
They
the
do.
cattiest bitches out there. Like they're cattier
Pageantry
than
and
lips.
rebranding.
It's just like the counter liberal obsession with like slumming with the proles for a while, where they're like, ooh, let's do this novel thing, eating I don't know, like eating some sort of casserole covered in chips, like Frito pie. Like they're like, ooh, let's slum it for a week.
God.
What do you call this? Green bean casserole?
Is this green bean casserole? You say you can do this to green beans? How novel! They're like, it's the same shit in reverse. They like to pretend because they feel that they are the proles.
where do you get green beans?
Yes,
Grows on plants. Oh, I learn something new every day.
you get yours from cans and not hand picked at the farm. Interesting. I didn't know that was a way you could do that. I've never
I
actually had
get
to
Green beans
buy.
mine
and hummus.
I get mine imported from Fiji.
Yeah, I get my green beans in my water. It's all imported from Fiji. Yeah, but no, it's the exact same. Because again, remember, the liberal and the conservative are always going to mirror each other. Liberals know they're in the higher class, right? So they're going to affect when they get the chance. They're going to affect slumming it downwards, mudding, whatever. They're going to get their chance and they're going to sneak it, and it's dirty little fun for them. For the conservatives, right? They believe themselves to be the proles, so when they shoot up, they have their pageantry, they have their pomp and circumstance, and they love their processionals, love all that shit. Even though if like we were to cut it out, like what's the core base of both of those people? They're all bourgeoisie. They're all the bourgeoisie. It's whether or not they were college educated or not, or went into. And the other difference is whether or not they went into finance capitalism and its related fields, or if they went into local capitalism and its related fields. But that's the difference because the conservatives tend to go into the, if we want to call it this, small business culture. This is why small business culture just is a no from me, dog. It's a hotbed of like radical right wing conservatism. But
Oh yeah, for sure. The small business, I've seen in a lot of cases they're worse than the large capitalists because everybody's looking for the capitalists to do shit.
Isn't this like the original split between like Jefferson and like Washington and Adams and everybody else too? Like, isn't this like who was it that Jefferson ran against?
oh,
Like Jefferson was like, all of the jet ski dealerships can govern themselves, and this country will live forever that way. And then like his opponent, whoever it was like, no, we need big finance capitalism. Like, hasn't it just always been that way in this country? Just two
oh.
groups of psychos arguing about what is the more effective way to kill everybody forever.
Yeah, you'd have the Federalists versus the Democrat Republicans, right? That's who that would have been. So it would have been John. No, I'm thinking that's what when he was like he was what 1800? Was that him?
I think
Yeah,
so.
there it is. I'm gonna relook at this real quick.
Whoever ran against Jefferson was
Thomas,
like, no.
the equivalent to Thomas Jefferson is two different strange. Like these guys represent about four strains of thought total. Thomas Jefferson represents small artisanal oppression in the form of like your liberal, in the form
Farm
of
to table oppression, if you will.
yeah,
Boutique handcrafted homespun oppression.
yeah, it's artisanal oppression. It's this idea that everybody should be able to have their own little property. He's the basis of your libertarians. That's what Jefferson
I can push
represents.
I can push my own slaves around. I don't need the government's help.
I don't need the government's help to do it. Even though he would be more sympathetic to your like classic, like I'm going out in the woods and like I'm gonna own a couple black people and I'm gonna go maybe farm some land and I'm gonna go sell it for a high price and a very, very good rate. Right? He's also the founding father that really represents that like that artisanal gentrification, right? John Adams is your big business archetype. Your big business liberal evolves out of that, where we need this strong federalized system, and then we need to slowly dismantle that through the market. So you see that in one of two ways, where the conservatives are just like your Steve Bannons, who are just ripping everything apart at the seams and ripping out the seats of the car and ripping out the steering wheel and be like, try to drive it now.
It never
Yeah.
worked.
It never worked, Steve, because I did this to the car. And like, whereas the other side of that is like, well, gently dismantle the car and then put the pieces into this sweet clunker we built, and we'll call it, we'll call it a non-government organization, an NGO. It'll be beautiful.
We'll call it Cash for Clunkers.
Oh yeah, let's get this. By the way, you know who ran Cash for Clunkers? The cars. Excuse
Would have
me. You know
been
who ran Cars for Kids?
no.
It was the Five-ish guys.
Come on.
That was their scheme. Cars for Kids. Yeah, they were cars for Jewish kids. They were just
Oh my God.
that was entirely a money laundering scheme for Israel.
Shout out Cumtown Podcast. Truly a foundational text.
Yeah, slowly becoming that. But yeah, that's like that was their thing.
Five-ish. Oh my God. This
Five-ish,
is so much fun, you guys.
everyone.
This was so much fun, you guys. I gotta drag my ass out of here. I gotta reckon with that economy we were just discussing.
Don't do
This
it.
was my pleasure as always.
Man
Don't
up,
do
dude.
anything we wouldn't do.
Run, it's a trap.
Also,
Don't.
don't do anything
Do-
we wouldn't do.
Yeah.
We're doing one more next Wednesday, and then we're taking a couple of weeks off. I'll see you guys there. I'll see you guys here next Friday.
Bye.
Everybody have a good night.
Yeah. Look at this motherfucker doing plugs for his pod on our pod. Look at that. Like we've
The
permitted him to do so.
audacity.
See you, LG.
audacity.
Oh
Holy,
yeah, have a good night.
the audacity of this caucasity, let me tell you. Nah, that's fine. Of course, I'm just picking on him. But yeah,
To
dude.
plug stuff on the show that he participates on.
Yeah, don't plug shit on the show that we've totally said is fine. Don't do that. Don't ever actually take our approval to mean anything more than our own bizarre psychosis. Oh shit. But yeah, no. There's a lot of fucked up shit out there. That's what it boils down
Oh
to.
yeah, for sure.
I don't know how to say that nicely. A lot of fucked up shit.
On a scale of 1 to fucked up shit, it be in fucked up shit sometimes.
It do be fucked up shit.
Just turn on
That's
the
all
news.
terrible.
Oh no, it's fucked up shit.
Oh no, my fucking trash. Oh no, my fucking trash society. My terrible shit society. Yeah.
They did what? With what? How they do that?
How'd they break
Oh,
it?
I
it's
gotta
war
say,
crime
I didn't have turned Israel into Nazis 2.0 with super powered high tech oppressive weapons.
That
That's
one,
on my. I didn't say that was on my bingo card. I had no idea.
it's disturbing in how giddily they are defending that one.
They are happy as
I don't.
shit.
It's disturbing, but I don't think it's surprising at all because
No,
because I think about there was a time I was dating a guy where his dad was a fireworks distributor, so we got to go to the private show where they shoot off the pre-made ones, so you know what you're getting.
yeah.
And I think these weapons manufacturers have to be like that.
Oh
like,
yeah.
come on down and see the show. So
A fire sale. Everything's tested. Go ahead, try it out.
exactly. And so that's why it doesn't surprise me at all that certain people are gleefully embracing this. Not in the slightest.
I know you're right, but I don't want you to be right.
There's a 1 mile square area. That's what they like to say, a 1 mile square area where crime is legal in the United States. There's also apparently like a 1 mile square area where the Geneva Convention cannot be seen.
in
know-
Gaza.
Yeah,
You know, the
Gaza.
problem with the purge is that they never actually go and do exactly what the people would really do, and they just kill black people.
Yeah.
Crime is all legal. Everything's now solved. Yay.
What about black people's rights? Shh.
Oh wait, the black people are shooting back. Oh no.
Don't ask. Don't ask. Yeah, the purge would just be a race war. Like I like how they try to play that as like this big left wing thing, this left wing catharsis waiting to happen, but it's like the people who are interested in doing the violence on the purge night is right wingers. Like that's the part of the premise you're refusing to acknowledge. Like that's literally the thing they want. They've been begging for the opportunity to do just that.
I think they're gonna wait for the purge.
Yeah.
This is every other Tuesday for them.
Yeah, you think those wild
They have
animals wait for purge?
they have the holiday bake sale, and when we're gonna go do the next purge day.
Oh, Jenny, come on down to the race war now. You got to see it. It's looking real racy, real good, real good. Yeah, like they've been begging for this shit.
These are the people who have lunch parties.
Yeah, that's it. I'm laughing, but again, it's not because it's not true. It's totally true.
This is just a new lunch party.
Yeah. The new David Lynch party. Just lynching people.
Strangest 2 hours of my life.
Lynch films are weird. I'm gonna go out. I want that to be known in the final minutes of this. Like, they're weird movies.
Which one's your favorite?
I don't know. I do like. Honestly, I don't really care for them. Like, I tried to watch Eraserhead and I want to kill myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're using weird as a qualifier for bad here,
Uh,
or you don't care for them.
they're weird and bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a
So weird isn't a disqualifier.
it's a novelty.
They are.
Or-
Yeah.
Have you seen The Greasy Strangler?
No, I have not seen the Greasy Strangler.
That's weird.
Is it a weird one? Or is it weird that I haven't seen
Did
it?
he really do a Russell?
No.
Brand
It's
movie?
it's super. It's a super weird movie.
Okay. I mean, that makes
He
sense.
was in a Russell Brand movie.
The most I remember about that guy is his voice from like. I just presume he talks like he did in Twin Peaks all the time.
Yeah, when he's on air, yeah. He does his new age racist to just straight racist stick.
Yeah.
Not much more there.
Yeah.
To be sure.
That's it. That's what you got about the guy. That's him. That's David.
Hmm. Special breed.
Emphasis on special. Was that joke too low? Did I go too low there? I'm getting kicked out the door.
A little ableist, but
Well, what about a diss track called Disable?
Aww.
Aw.
Aww.
What? Oh, really? Is that the thing?
That's the thing.
That's the one. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. That's where I get the tisk.
Finger wag.
Yeah, I'll keep that one in mind. I don't want to offend you poor people.
Hurt my feelings.
Yes, I do. Well, I would never want to hurt your feelings.
I'm gonna set the N-bomb now. Make me feel better.
Oh my god. Tee hee hee, I'll get Dan Cohen to you, see? Tee hee hee, I'm so clever.
That's what he thinks it isn't coming. Wham!
What? Bam!
Bam!
Wow!
He's
Give me,
gone rogue.
give me a taste of the wah right now.
I know what white people love. Sudden uncomfortableness.
The uncomfortableness of a black man just dropping an absolute N-bomb. White people love it.
They're so obsessed with awkward. That's what they want, right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have mastered your arts.
The arts of you should die. You Judai.
Judai.
It's just
Hold on, I gotta get an inhaler for my asthma.
imagine watching episode 3 and seeing that like Anakin just go house on the kids and just being like, I wish there was more of this in the movie. I wish the movie
Yeah.
was like 95% more of this.
Anakin misses all his swings, so he's gotta like keep trying to kill the younglings, but it is
Yeah.
taking all day.
And it just turns into a Looney Tunes. You get Benny Hill music.
Chasing the younglings around.
Yeah.
He stops and goes, "Oh, sorry, this doesn't look so good. I'm trying to kill them."
This would look better if y'all weren't so judgy. I don't know why you're judging poor Israel so
I'm
bad.
not trying to do anything inappropriate. I'm just gonna murder them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna murder him, Mac. I'm just trying to get a little bit of a kill on. Kill switch
Human
engage.
animals.
What about kill switch
Human
N-word?
Kill switch inward.
Kill switch N-word. Okay, what do you think the odds of the guy from Kill Switch Engage just saying the N-word all the time? What do you think the odds are on that?
Not 0.
Yeah, unfortunately not 0, but do you think they're better than 50?
I give it about a 15%.
You think 15? You think it's that low? What about the guy from Avenged Sevenfold?
Mm,
Him, I got at a way higher number.
yeah, I'd probably put him around 22.
Yeah.
That's about a 1 in 4.
All right. Yeah, because as I'm like trying to math it out in my head, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that guy says the N-word, like a lot.
Yeah, uncomfortably a lot.
Yeah. Like in a tee hee hee, I'm so clever way.
Like you're like, whoa, I was just out getting a croissant, man. I just asked you what the weather was like.
Yeah, you didn't have to go there. I mean, you did go there, but you didn't have to.
And he's just talking about how edgy and cool he is.
Yeah. I could be dead wrong though. For all I know, that guy's like an anti-racist warrior, and I'm just being an asshole. But like,
Well, you gotta really inspect your metal.
yeah.
They be out there tripping.
What's this music called? This is race purity music. No, it's got
What's
a
the
sweet
lyric?
message.
What's the lyrics say? Ethno states and genocide are great. Oh, okay. That's a Heil Hitler.
What's this now? Your music is just about praising Hitler. That's so novel. We've never had music like that since the 1940s. Way to resurrect a lost genre. It's like a music snob who's also really racist.
Right.
Yeah. So what an interesting novel proposition. Just
Just
say
a
the
reason.
yeah, just saying the N-word. Such a novel proposition.
The California N words, but they're just the California
The
California
California raisins.
the
Yeah.
California raisins, but they're just saying the N word.
Wow, what a novel proposition. So he rates all music. Just keeps calling it that. You're like, I don't think you know what that word means. Stop saying that. He's like, no. I have him do. You know what voice I'm doing? Does anybody remember Duckman from the early '90s? I'm doing Duckman's Ajax.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm
Nice.
doing. Yeah, I just realized, I was like, what voice am I doing here? Because I know I'm doing one.
I forgot all about Duckman until just now.
Yeah, what a novel proposition.
Always has such a weird shaped head.
You really did. They really enjoyed weird shape heads on that show.
Yeah, for real. Not mad at him.
Yeah, they're free to do what they want. It's America. Wow.
And
Oh, we're winding down, so I think I'm gonna wind it off. It's after midnight. We love you all. When I masturbate, you can call it a greasy strangler. Nice.
Greasy
Oh
Strangler.
dear.
Yeah. Thanks, chat. Thanks for jumping in.